Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
And your name is Hunter, correct?
Yes, my name is Hunter.
Okay. Thanks for coming in today. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
My full name's Hunter Tucker. I am a marketing student at Utah Valley University. I'm from Cottonwood Heights, Utah, and I've mostly worked in retail and customer service positions. So, yeah, things are good.
Tell me about a time that you showed initiative.
So, with the job I previously had, there was a lot of laziness, and so I picked it up a little bit so I could be more of an example, so I could get more done. And through that, I was able to compete a little bit with my coworkers, and in the end, it helped us actually make a little bit more money with the job that we were working.
Good. So you had good results with that.
Mm-hmm.
Good. What was the most useful criticism you've ever received from a supervisor?
To get outside of the box and to think of different ideas of how to do things, to not just stick to one thing and then giving up if that thing doesn't work, just trying to find new ideas to solve issues.
Okay. How did you embrace that feedback? Were you offended or?
I just asked questions of, suggestions of how they did it themselves, so then I could kind of get an idea of things where I could start at so I could get better at thinking outside the box.
Okay. What do you feel that you have to offer above an average employee?
I'm definitely motivated, and with the job experience that I have had, I've been able to develop my communication skills a lot better, and so those help me listen better, and so then I can better come up with solutions for problems that may arise.
Do you have a specific example you could share with me?
Yeah, so at a previous job we had this rack that was over on a wall, and it was kind of in the way of everything. And so, with communicating with other people, I expressed of how this was like a hindrance to everyone's work. And so, through that, we were able to move it to a different position, and it allowed easier access for all the other employees, and we were able to get more work done without any issues that we were having before.
Okay, good. Describe a time when you elevated the level of value you brought to a customer over time, and how did you accomplish that?
With my previous job, we dealt with a lot of cancellations, and so just really listening to them and then working through them throughout the whole process of figuring out what their real issue was and finding them a solution that worked best for them. It took a couple days, but in the end, they were super grateful that I took the time to take their situation a little bit more seriously, and I'm taking my own hands, so we found a solution that worked best for them.
Can you tell me a time when you were less than pleased with your performance, and what did you do about it?
With my last job, of how I started off kind of slow, I was taking a lot of calls, and I wasn't doing as many as I should have, and so I was asking people of ideas for picking up on those things, just getting kind of like a group together to a group of ideas together to try and improve my performance.
Describe your level of competitiveness.
I'm super competitive. I love competing because it keeps me entertained almost to do better, and something gives me a bit more motivation to do it, even if there's no prize. It's just a fun thing to do, keep things exciting.
Do you have a specific example?
My last job, my supervisor was having me compete against my coworkers for our stats, because we had this goal that we had for certain stats. It was like our handle time, and so I was at like second place in the stats, and he was like, "I need you to beat him. Like, this is how you're gonna reach your goal." And so I sit next to him, and I was always like, "I'm gonna beat you, man." And so we were going at it, like back and forth, trying to get that down to see who would be better each week.
Okay, good. Think of an example when one of your customers was not pleased with something you or your team did. What was the situation, and how did you recover?
I remember getting a call from a customer that they were upset with the product that they got because it wasn't what they were expecting, and they wanted to exchange it, but because of what the product was, it couldn't be exchanged for what they wanted because of the price difference. And so talking to them about the payment, what it was. They got very frustrated, and so really we just had to stand our ground. And eventually, the customer, we were able to find a solution with just looking at different options that we had to come to a compromise of what they could get in exchange for the products that they did have. That worked out best for them.
Good. Can you give an example of a time when you successfully persuaded your peers to change their minds and follow your recommendations?
When I was working in a restaurant, we guys got this new management, and they started making all of these changes, and it just became really apparent that it was unnecessary and it was kind of pointless to make the changes. So what we had is we had our boxes in one spot, and they moved over to a completely different spot that was so much further away from where they needed to go once they were used. And so after talking with them and like talking to my coworkers, we were able to come together and go to them, and we expressed this, and after a little bit of time we were able to get the management to move it back, which made it a little bit more efficient for everyone who had been working there already.
Okay. Share a time when you were able to directly attribute your probing skills to solve a problem with a difficult customer.
So just asking questions. I had one who I was talking to on the phone, and they kept giving reasons why they wanted to cancel their services, why things didn't work. And so really just asking questions and just validating them. Like I was concerned for their, I cared about their concern, and I wanted to find a solution for them. So just asking questions got down to the details where there's just one little thing and they were just really annoyed by it. And so we were able to get that switched out for them. They were good to go. Again, they were a lot happier about that. So definitely just asking a lot of questions.
Okay. Tell me about a time when you identified a new, unusual, or different approach for addressing a problem or task, and how did you come up with this solution, and what was the outcome?
So I feel like a lot of places I work at, new problems come about pretty frequently. I feel that's how it is with any business. One experience that comes to mind is something that happened pretty recently at my last job, is where we had this new solution come up. And so what me and one of my coworkers did is we went through all of these accounts that had the same issue. We found the similarities between what was going wrong, and we pinpointed down to what was causing the issue. And so it was really just collaborating with someone to get like different perspectives on it to see the root of the issue, and then go into where it needed to be, and we were able to get that software issue fixed.
Okay, good. All right, well, thanks for coming in today. Did you have any questions for me?
Yeah. What's your favorite part about working here?
I love the flexibility that I have, and the opportunities I'm able to increase my skills and improve on what I'm doing, and learning more. And I really enjoy the people I work with as well.
Okay. And then what do you feel like you gain most from working here?
I really have satisfaction in my job and what I do, and every day trying to get everything completed and on time, on schedule, and that's just satisfying to me.
Awesome.
Anything else?
No, that should be it.
All right, thank you so much. Thanks for coming in.
Of course, thank you.